more breaking news in Minecraft Dungeons. Hello everyone and welcome to another TDR family gaming video. This is DroydTDR and today we're going to take a look at the Echoing Void Developer Diaries. Let's hear what they have to say.
We're bringing 3 new missions with this DLC. We're bringing End Wilds, Broken Citadel, and Stronghold.
Okay, so far no big changes. Usually there are 3 missions. Usually there's the first one, you find a secret, and then you go to the third one. The third one has the big boss battle and the conclusion of the little shard of dominance or whatever it is. So far no big changes as far as I can tell.
2 of these missions will require players to delve deep into the otherworldly end dimension, surrounded by the unknown and ever-present void, far from home and completely isolated. This will be a challenge both to new players and to experienced ones.
Okay, I'm not really sure how this is going to be any different than any other thing. They seem to think it's going to be different for new and experienced players, but...
This mission structure is slightly different than potentially what we're used to before. In this DLC, you're going to have to complete some of the content in a correct order in order to progress to the final level. It's like a full epic story that players are going to have to complete, which is really exciting.
Okay, well now I'm interested. So if you have to do certain things in certain levels in order to open something in the next level, to then maybe you have to go back to the first level to do something else to then carry through to the second level, and you have to do that several times so that you can get the second level to open up into the third level, but maybe you have to go back to the first again to get something else. That's actually kind of interesting to me. If that is something that they're doing, I'm all in. Like, that's no longer like, all right, run through this level, run through that level, and then go search for a couple of secrets. It's like, I gotta go do stuff, go back to it, go find some new stuff, go back to it, and go back and forth, and carry on from one to the other. That would be cool. But I have no idea if that's what they mean. So I guess we'll find out in a few days.
As we bring the story of the Illager and the Orb of Dominance to a close, players are going to have to fight their toughest challenge yet. Stalking the players throughout the levels, a new boss that is bigger and deadlier than anything you've previously encountered. The Vengeful Heart of Ender. And we're really excited for you to meet them.
Alright, hold on here a second. He said a bigger, badder, deadlier boss, the Vengeful Heart of Ender, and we're really excited for you to meet them. So the Vengeful Heart of Ender is a group of final bosses, perhaps? Sounded like it, unless I'm misinterpreting it, or maybe there's a bunch of mini-bosses that make up the Vengeful Heart of Ender. I don't know. Pretty excited, and I'm intrigued by this part. We're
also bringing a new overworld level. This sends players on an epic quest, something that players from vanilla may be familiar with. And on top of this, you might find that some of the overworld has changed too.
This time around it works a little bit differently because the end is sort of creeping into the overworld and taking hold, while players have to fight back the invaders and reclaim the Eyes of Ender. And these eyes can then be used to access the Stronghold, and the Stronghold is this sort of vast, sprawling fortress that players have to explore, and using these eyes they can unlock different doors, different sections, and reclaim pieces of an end portal, which can then be used to access the final portion of the DLC.
Alright, so this opens up a whole new possibility of what's coming. If they said this is invading into the overworld, and there may be some things there that you have to do in order to get the Eyes of Ender to open that final portal, oh my gosh, maybe we have to go on another thing like we had to do to get the rune quest to open up that secret level, secret cow level. Maybe there are going to be new secret areas in all of the, or 8 or 9 of the main story missions that we have to go find and defeat one of these Eyes of Ender carriers and bring that into the new DLC in order to unlock the portal. How cool would that be?
When players get to the end, they'll be greeted with an ancient expanse of the wilds that they'll have to battle through. After this, players are going to have to make their way towards the Citadel, which is a monolithic floating fortress for the final battle in the game.
Okay, so let's think about this really quick. If you're going to enter the end in an ancient section of the End Wilds, and you have to battle through the End Wilds to get to the Citadel where the epic final battle is going to occur, then what the heck is the Stronghold? Maybe they listed these three out of order. Maybe the Stronghold is like the gateway into the End Wilds that allows you to battle your way to the Broken Citadel, and it's the Stronghold where you have to gather all of the Eyes of Ender and put them into the portal, and you gather the Eyes of Ender, I'm gonna guess, from all of the other dungeons. You have to go gather, like we had to gather the runes before. I'm thinking this is actually gonna be pretty epic if that's what you have to do. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting chills thinking about it.
So in Echoing Void, when we have reached at designing the end for dungeons, we wanted to implement a series of new mechanics and new status effects that felt organic to the dimension, as obviously we're bringing a new dimension into dungeons. So we obviously took a look at the existing things in the end dimension, such as like obviously there's a lot of end stone and there's a lot of void and it's very barren, and we took these elements and we kind of ran with the ideas and saw where we could take them, which was how we devised loads of new void-related mechanics and status effects that we are bringing in the form of gameplay mechanics, and we're bringing in as items and enchantments and stuff like that, which is going to be really exciting.
Okay, so void mechanics, yep, we already had a video on the void water and the void blocks, and that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a damage buff to you. That's not something that you really want to get. But look at this screenshot. Holy smokes, there's a whole slew of new items, a whole slew of new armors, and a whole slew of new artifacts. Instead of speculating about all these, my gosh, they're all going to be coming out soon enough. But I see in the artifacts, we've got a new soul artifact. That's pretty sweet. I'm liking the idea of some sort of a void bow, and that maybe there's also some void arrows or something like that gives some unique effect. Maybe it's a damage buff like the void blocks and the void water give us, or impact and handicap us. I don't know, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm not gonna speculate on this. It's just like, let's just let it come out and then we'll play around with it.
We've designed completely new biomes for the end. We've filled them with exotic new blocks, plant life, structures and hazards that have never been seen before. It's kind of like nothing we've ever really attempted before, which has been quite a challenge, but I think it's going to be worth it, and I'm can't wait to see how players respond to that.
Well, I'll tell you how I'm responding to that. Before it even comes out, I'm pretty psyched to move into the end. This is a video of showing off some of the biomes and some of the blocks, like there's the void water. They came out a few weeks ago, and I was just like, why are they showing us the end biome and a handful of these weird endermen and chorus fruits and these chorus plants? Well, it sets the mood. And as far as I can tell, all of this is the ancient city of the End Wilds and is going to get you to the Citadel.
The story of the Arch Illager is something that we feel like has resonated with our players. And we're really excited and sad to end the story of the Arch Illager. It's something that we really enjoyed in the base game, and we obviously continued throughout the DLC. And it was a big part of what led us to create this DLC and end it in the most epic and exciting way that we possibly can.
So what do you think? Is this going to end in the most epic and exciting way as they seem to claim, as they seem to feel? I'm not sure. I'm kind of sad to see the story come to an end, but also I'm kind of excited to see what's coming next. If they're able to close this out nicely, maybe the next version of Minecraft Dungeons or Minecraft Dungeons Part 2 will be as exciting.
I think the Arch Illager is gonna be pleased that the orb is no longer holding him in possession, so to speak.
It might end the story of the Arch Illager and the Orb of Dominance, but it is certainly not the end of Minecraft Dungeons. Looking forward to seeing you again in the near future.
So, are you as hyped as I am? I am so anticipating that there's going to be another multi-dungeon rune quest in order to find the Eyes of Ender. I am crossing my fingers that's what it is, and not just first dungeon is Stronghold, go get a bunch of Eyes of Ender and put them in the thing, and then go to the second level, which is the End Wilds, and go to the third level, which is the Broken Citadel, beat the boss, and you're done. I'm so hoping it's not that pattern again. But in the end, I guess we'll find out when it comes out on July 28th. Let us know in the comments below if you think I'm nuts or if I'm onto something.